Soybean oil, rancid fats, and oxidized chemicals linked to arterial inflammation were just found hiding inside some of America's most popular avocado oil brands. That bottle sitting on your counter right now, the one you drizzle on salads, the one you cook with every night because your doctor said it was heart healthy, open the wrong brand, and what you're really pouring is degraded seed oils, free radicals, and mislabeled fillers disguised as a premium cooking staple. If this has been your go-to oil for 5, 10, 15 years, everything those labs found has been building up in your body that entire time. Today, we're breaking down 9 avocado oil brands that failed purity and freshness testing, including several most people consider premium. Plus, the 4 brands that actually tested clean, so you know exactly what to buy instead. Coming in at number 9, Pompeian. You've seen this bottle everywhere. Every grocery chain in America stocks it. Pompeian markets its avocado oil as pure, heart-healthy, the obvious choice for anyone trying to cook cleaner. The green label practically screams, "Trust me." But researchers at the University of California, Davis, ran some of the most comprehensive avocado oil testing ever conducted in this country. What they found about mass-market brands like Pompeian should make you rethink everything in your pantry. Samples showed signs of adulteration, meaning the oil inside may not be what the label claims. Other samples were already oxidized before the printed expiration date. That means the oil had gone rancid while sitting on a store shelf, waiting for you to buy it. Pour it into a pan. Heat it up. That faint off smell you've been ignoring, the one that's slightly stale, slightly metallic, that's degradation you can literally sense. Your nose is telling you something the label won't. Rancid oil doesn't just taste bad, it generates free radicals inside your body. The same unstable molecules linked to cellular damage, chronic inflammation, and accelerated aging. For anyone relying on avocado oil to manage cholesterol, or families cooking with it nightly because they believe it's the healthier option, a rancid product doesn't just fail to help, it actively works against you. Oxidative stress compounds over time. Every meal cooked in degraded oil adds to the burden your body has to fight. Pompeian built its reputation on being the accessible, affordable, trustworthy cooking oil. Accessible and affordable, sure. Trustworthy is another story. Pure on the label, oxidized in the bottle, and millions keep buying it every week without a second thought. If the most widely available brand can't deliver what it promises, surely the warehouse club favorites are better vetted, right? Not even close. At number 8, Better Body Foods. This is the avocado oil Costco and Walmart shoppers grab by the gallon. Big bottle, clean design, affordable price point. Better Body Foods positions itself as the smart, budget-friendly choice for families who want to eat healthier without breaking the bank. The UC Davis research told a different story. Samples of Better Body Foods avocado oil were already oxidized at the time of purchase. Not after months in your pantry, not after you left the cap off. Oxidized the moment you brought it home from the store. The oil had degraded before you ever opened it. Think about what that means. You're standing in the aisle, comparing prices, feeling good about choosing avocado oil over canola or vegetable blends. You bring it home, pour it into a hot pan, and immediately flood your food with free radicals. Those free radicals trigger inflammation throughout your body. Inflammation worsens arthritis, accelerates cardiovascular disease, and disrupts blood sugar regulation. For anyone managing a chronic condition or people who switch to avocado oil specifically because a doctor recommended it, this isn't a minor quality issue. It's a health betrayal wrapped in bulk packaging. Crack the cap on a bottle of Better Body Foods. Sniff it carefully. Fresh avocado oil should smell clean, slightly grassy, almost buttery. If yours smells flat, musty, or like old cooking grease, it's already turned. The savings aren't savings if the oil is working against your body every single day. Budget-friendly on the receipt. Inflammatory in your bloodstream. That's the real cost. Nobody prints on the label. Think paying more for an organic label keeps you safe? Think again. Number 7, Spectrum Culinary. Spectrum is the brand health-conscious shoppers reach for without hesitation. Organic certification, high smoke point claims, beautiful packaging that practically belongs in a wellness magazine. It's the avocado oil people recommend in cooking groups, the one dietitians mention by name, the one that shows up on every clean-eating grocery list posted online. But independent lab analyses have flagged Spectrum avocado oil samples for failing purity benchmarks. The oil may be blended with cheaper refined oils that never appear on the ingredient list. That organic badge you trusted, it doesn't test for adulteration. It tells you how the avocados were grown. It says nothing about what happens between the grove and your bottle. That gap is where the deception lives. Pour Spectrum into a clear glass. Hold it up to the light. Pure avocado oil should have a rich, slightly green tint with visible depth. If it looks pale, thin, almost watery, that's a visual clue that something else is in there. Seed oils like sunflower or canola are lighter in color, and blending them in dilutes everything. The appearance, the nutrition, and the benefit you're paying for all diminish. For people who switch to avocado oil specifically for its mono-unsaturated fat content, or anyone on blood pressure medication counting on those heart-healthy fats to work alongside their prescriptions, swapping in inflammatory omega-6 seed oils defeats the entire purpose. You chose this oil to reduce inflammation. The filler oils promoted, organic on the label, adulterated in the bottle, and the premium price you paid went toward better branding, not better oil. If organic labels can lie, at least America's #1 avocado oil brand holds itself to a higher standard. Here's where it gets personal. Number 6. Chosen Foods. This is the one. The brand that built its entire identity on being the cleanest, most trustworthy avocado oil in America. Whole30 approved, paleo certified, endorsed by every clean-eating influencer with a cookbook deal. Chosen Foods isn't just popular, it's practically a dietary philosophy. Then the 2020 UC Davis study dropped. Some chosen food samples were stale or oxidized well before their printed expiration dates. The oil that health-conscious Americans were paying premium prices for had already degraded before they cracked the seal. This is the brand people defend in comment sections. The brand people gift to friends who are trying to eat better. The brand parents use because they believe it's the safest thing in their kitchen. Stale before you opened it. That clean-eating stamp of approval. Meaningless if the oil inside has already turned. Open a bottle of Chosen Foods and press your nose to it. Fresh avocado oil has a distinct, almost nutty aroma with a subtle grassy finish. Stale oil smells like nothing, or worse, like something forgotten in the back of a cabinet. Flat, dead, lifeless. The chemistry has already shifted. For anyone on blood thinners or statin medications who chose this brand because it felt like the responsible choice, degraded fats can interfere with how your body absorbs those drugs. The medication your doctor prescribed to protect your heart may be fighting against the very oil you cook with every single night. Chosen Foods chose the marketing. They chose the certifications. They chose the influencer partnerships. They didn't choose freshness. America's #1 avocado oil. #1 in sales, not #1 in quality. You just saw what premium branding hides, so surely spending less and keeping it simple gets you an honest product? Not at Walmart. Number 5. Great value. Walmart's house brand appeals to anyone watching their grocery budget. Same benefits as the expensive stuff, half the price. That's the promise Great Value makes on every shelf in every Walmart across America. The UC Davis research identified Great Value as one of the brands most likely to be adulterated. Some samples didn't just contain degraded avocado oil, they contained soybean oil mixed in without any disclosure on the label. Read that again. You bought avocado oil, you received soybean oil. Nobody told you. Nobody had to, because the regulations don't require the kind of testing that would catch it. Soybean oil is one of the most omega-6 heavy oils on the market. It's the exact type of inflammatory fat that people switch to avocado oil to avoid, and it was hiding inside the bottle the whole time, doing the opposite of everything you bought it to do. For anyone managing a soy allergy, this goes beyond deception into genuinely dangerous territory. Soy is one of the top 8 allergens in America. An undisclosed ingredient in a product labeled as something else entirely could trigger a reaction no one sees coming. No warning on the label, no asterisk, nothing. What you saved at the register, your health pays for later. Twist open a bottle of Great Value avocado oil. Compare the color to a brand you know is pure. If it's lighter, thinner, more yellow than green, that's not avocado oil looking back at you. That's the filler showing through. The cheapest avocado oil on the shelf. Because it isn't really avocado oil. Drop a comment if any of these brands are sitting in your kitchen right now. Let's see how many of us have been pouring this on our food without knowing. If this helps you stay safer at the store, hit subscribe. It's free, and it means you'll never miss these investigations. See the pattern forming? Budget brands adulterate, premium brands oxidize. Big box stores mislabel. So what about the specialty oils, the small batch artisan bottles that promise a completely different kind of quality? Let's find out. Number 4. Marianne's Avocado Oil. This is the brand that looks like it belongs in a boutique kitchen store. Beautiful bottle, specialty positioning, the kind of oil food bloggers photograph next to hand-thrown ceramic bowls and sprigs of fresh rosemary. Marianne's presents itself as a premium quality product for discerning home cooks who care deeply about what goes into their food. But testing has shown that lesser-known brands like Marianne's frequently fail purity and freshness standards. The reason is structural and systemic. Small brands often lack the supply chain transparency and quality control infrastructure that legitimate premium producers maintain. They source from the same bulk suppliers as the mass market brands, repackage the oil in prettier containers, and charge you more for the aesthetics. Without rigorous batch testing, without traceable sourcing from grove to bottle, without independent third-party verification, you're trusting a label and a pretty bottle. Nothing more. Pour Marianne's alongside a verified pure avocado oil. Look at the viscosity. Pure avocado oil has a certain weight to it, a richness you can see when it coats the inside of a glass. Adulterated or degraded oil runs thinner, lighter, less substantial. It slides off the glass like water instead of clinging with that characteristic richness. Your eyes can catch what the label hides if you know what to look for. For anyone managing metabolic syndrome or prediabetes, or people carefully monitoring their fat intake on a doctor's orders, consuming mislabeled oils with unknown fatty acid profiles can quietly raise triglyceride levels over weeks and months. You think you're eating clean. Your next blood panel tells a different story. Artisan packaging, industrial shortcuts. The boutique label doesn't match what's inside the bottle. This next one has a loyal fan base that swears by every product on its shelves. What the lab results show is a very different story. Number 3. Trader Joe's. The cult favorite grocery chain where everything feels curated, trustworthy, hand-selected by people who genuinely care about food quality. Trader Joe's has built more consumer loyalty than almost any retailer in America. Their avocado oil benefits from that powerful halo effect. If it's on their shelf, it must be good. That's what millions of shoppers believe every single week. UC Davis researchers found Trader Joe's avocado oil samples to be among those that were oxidized or adulterated with other oils at the time of testing. The store that built its entire brand on trust was selling oil that didn't pass basic quality checks. That Hawaiian shirt, that friendly crew, same compromised oil. Open a bottle from Trader Joe's and cook with it at high heat. If it smokes earlier than expected, if it smells acrid and sharp instead of clean and neutral, that's a sign the oil has already broken down or isn't what it claims to be. Fresh, pure avocado oil has one of the highest smoke points of any cooking oil. Degraded or adulterated oil loses that advantage entirely, meaning you're not just getting a worse product. You're creating harmful compounds every time you heat it past its true breaking point. For anyone with kidney concerns who relies on clean fats to reduce the toxic load on already compromised organs, or people who shop at Trader Joe's specifically because they trust the brand to vet everything on its shelves, this is the most insidious kind of failure. The trust did the selling. The oil didn't earn it. You walked in believing the brand would protect you. You walked out with the same compromised product sold everywhere else, just with a friendlier label and a better story. A lot of people switched to this next brand thinking they were avoiding everything. They weren't. Number 2. Simply Nature from Aldi. The name says it all. Simply natural, clean ingredients, no nonsense, no gimmicks. Aldi's house brand promises the same quality as premium competitors at a fraction of the cost, and millions of budget-conscious shoppers have taken that promise at face value. Independent testing raised serious concerns. Samples of Simply Nature avocado oil showed fatty acid profiles inconsistent with pure avocado oil. That scientific language for the oil inside doesn't match what avocado oil is supposed to look like under a microscope. The molecular fingerprint was wrong. When the chemistry doesn't match, something else is in the bottle, something they didn't put on the label. Budget store brands are more vulnerable to adulteration because the relentless pressure to keep costs low creates powerful incentives to cut the product with cheaper oils. The savings have to come from somewhere. They come from what's inside your bottle. Heat. Simply Nature in a pan and watch it closely. Pure avocado oil remains stable, clear, almost serene at high temperatures. Adulterated oil behaves differently, bubbling irregularly, throwing off unusual odors, breaking down faster than it should. Your cookware is giving you clues every time you cook if you know what to watch for. For anyone managing type 2 diabetes who chose avocado oil specifically for its low inflammatory profile, or families cooking with it daily to avoid the seed oils their doctor warned about, consuming hidden filler oils can worsen insulin resistance over time. The switch you made to protect your health may be quietly undermining it with every meal you prepare. Simply Nature. Simply misleading. The label says natural. The lab says otherwise. The next brand on this list is the one that hurts most, because it's the one people pay the most for and trust the most deeply. We saved this one for last because it represents the deepest betrayal on this entire list. Number 1. La Tourangelle. This is the oil people display on their countertops like a piece of art. The elegant glass bottle with the French heritage story, the artisanal watercolor label, the price tag that tells you this must be the real thing. La Tourangelle commands premium shelf prices because it sells an image of old-world craftsmanship, small-batch care, and uncompromising quality. The UC Davis study ranked La Tourangelle among the worst-performing brands tested. Samples were found to be both rancid and adulterated with other oils at strikingly high rates. Not one problem, both, simultaneously. The most expensive oil on the shelf was the most degraded and the most dishonest at the same time. Hold that bottle up to the light. That gorgeous amber color you associate with quality, it could be masking oxidation. Rancid oil darkens as it degrades. The premium appearance might be decay dressed up as luxury. Smell it with intention. If there's even a hint of something stale, something waxy, something that reminds you of old crayons, trust your senses over the price tag. For people over 50 managing heart disease, or anyone who chose La Tourangelle because a cardiologist recommended cooking with avocado oil, this is the most dangerous brand on this list. Rancid fats promote arterial inflammation. Adulterated oils introduce unknown substances your body wasn't prepared to process. The oil your doctor told you to use could be counteracting the very medications prescribed to protect your life. You paid top dollar. You got bottom quality. That French label, that heritage story, that elegant bottle. All packaging for a product that actively harms the people who trust it most. $12 a bottle. That's what your trust is worth to them. La Tourangelle didn't just fail, it failed spectacularly while charging you the most for the privilege. What's the worst cooking oil experience you've ever had? Drop it in the comments below. 9 brands exposed, from Pompeian's rancid shelves to La Tourangelle's elegant deception. But here's the good news. Clean avocado oil exists. Brands that test honestly, source transparently, and deliver exactly what the label promises. Here's where to put your trust and your money. CalPure, this is what avocado oil is supposed to be. Small batch, California grown, with full traceability from the grove to your kitchen. Every bottle comes from avocados grown on American soil, processed under conditions the producer can account for at every single stage. CalPure passed the UC Davis purity and freshness testing with high marks, not borderline, not barely acceptable, high marks, confirming the oil contains only what the label states. Nothing added, nothing degraded, nothing hidden. Open a bottle of CalPure and the difference hits you immediately. That clean, grassy, slightly buttery aroma is what fresh avocado oil actually smells like. If you've been using any of the 9 brands we just exposed, this will feel like discovering the real thing for the very first time. Pour it into a glass. Notice the color, rich green with natural depth, not the pale, washed-out yellow of adulterated oils. Cook with it at high heat and watch it stay stable. No early smoke, no strange odors, no breakdown. For anyone who switched to avocado oil to support healthy cholesterol ratios, or families who cook with it every night trusting it's the healthier option, CalPure actually delivers on that promise. Genuinely unoxidized monounsaturated fats without hidden inflammatory fillers working against you. No soybean oil lurking beneath the surface. No rancidity masked by packaging. Just clean, honest oil from a producer that actually earns the premium on the price tag. The oil your doctor meant when they said cook with avocado oil. This is that oil. Avohass. Most avocado oil brands buy their raw product from whoever offers the lowest price on any given day. Avohass does something radically different. They grow their own avocados. They control the entire supply chain from their own orchards in Mexico and New Zealand, pressing oil from fruit they cultivated and harvested themselves. That vertical integration isn't just marketing language on a website. It's the structural reason their oil consistently meets purity standards in independent testing. When you control the trees, the harvest, the pressing, and the bottling, there's no gap in the chain where adulteration can sneak in. No anonymous third-party supplier cutting your oil with soybean or sunflower to save a few cents per gallon. No mystery middleman making substitutions you'll never know about. Avohass carries certifications verifying single origin sourcing. That means every bottle traces back to one place, one process, one accountable set of quality controls. Taste it side by side with any of the 9 brands we just covered. The difference is immediate and unmistakable. A cleaner finish, a smoother texture on the palate, the subtle richness that only comes from oil that hasn't been diluted or degraded. For anyone on blood pressure or cholesterol medications who needs a cooking oil that won't spike omega-6 intake or interfere with how their body processes those prescriptions, Avohass offers that certainty. Clean oil from their orchards to your pan. No middlemen cutting corners. No mystery ingredients hiding on the label. When every other brand on this list left you guessing, Avohass built a system where guessing isn't necessary. From their trees to your table, every step is accounted for. Cassandrinos. This brand built its reputation on something almost no one in the oil industry actually does, and that's radical transparency. Cassandrinos started with third-party tested olive oil and applies the exact same rigorous standards to its avocado oil line. Every single batch is tested independently for purity, freshness, and adulteration by labs that have no financial relationship with the brand. And here's what separates Cassandrinos from the companies that merely claim to test their products. They make the results available to consumers. You can see what's in your oil before you buy it. You can verify every claim on the label with actual data. That level of openness is rare in any food category. In avocado oil, it's almost unheard of. While brands like La Tourangelle hide behind French heritage stories and Chosen Foods leans on influencer endorsements and Whole30 badges, Cassandrinos lets the lab reports do the talking. Open a bottle and notice the clarity. Pure, properly stored avocado oil has a luminous quality, a vibrancy that degraded or adulterated oils simply cannot replicate, no matter how elegant the packaging. The flavor is clean, with a subtle peppery finish that tells you the oil is fresh and minimally processed. For anyone who's been burned by premium branding that didn't deliver premium quality, or people managing inflammatory conditions who need absolute certainty about what enters their body, Cassandrinos eliminates the guesswork entirely. No heritage stories substituting for evidence. No influencer endorsements replacing actual science. Just lab-tested oil with results you can read yourself before you spend $1. Every bottle backed by data. Transparency you can verify. Purity you can taste. Primal Kitchen. If you need an avocado oil that's both genuinely trustworthy and easy to find on store shelves, this is your best bet. Primal Kitchen is available in most major grocery chains across America, which means you don't have to order online, wait for shipping, or hunt through specialty stores to get clean oil. Founded by Mark Sisson with a commitment to Whole30 approved, strictly vetted ingredients, the brand sources high-quality Hass avocados and uses centrifuge extraction to preserve the oil's full nutrient profile. That extraction method matters more than most people realize. Cold pressing and centrifuge processing protect the delicate compounds that make avocado oil beneficial in the first place. Heat-based industrial extraction, the kind many mass-market brands rely on, damages those same compounds before the oil ever reaches your bottle. Primal Kitchen has performed well in independent quality assessments, consistently showing up as a brand that delivers exactly what the label promises. Pick up a bottle at your local store. Feel the weight of it in your hand. Quality oil has substance. Smell it before you cook with it. That fresh, slightly herbaceous note is the sign of an oil that hasn't been degrading in a warehouse for months. For anyone who wants the heart health benefits, stable blood sugar support, and anti-inflammatory properties that avocado oil is supposed to provide, Primal Kitchen actually provides them. Widely available, independently tested, no hidden seed oil fillers undermining your health. The avocado oil that does what all 9 of those other brands only pretend to. 9 brands exposed, 4 worth buying. Your next bottle matters. Subscribe now, and if you're watching on TV, tap your remote so you never get blindsided again.